welcome back to the Chance Bishop Show YouTube for episode 79 of our Madden 22 Philadelphia Eagles franchise mode. Last episode, if you haven't lost it yet, check it out. I mean, clearly you saw right now we're in the off season, so clearly didn't go the way that Philadelphia wanted it to go, but we now have ourselves a Cardinals versus Broncos Super Bowl, which is pretty cool. Now taking a look at everyone involved here, we got Devontae. We had the Rattler too. We have Mulata. We have Dickerson. Okay. That's awesome right there. Thibodeau. Sweat. Big Fletcher Cox. Okay. Okay, you love to see it right there. Avonte Maddox. Nice to see you here, bud. Anyone else? No one else. Alright, that's fine. And Arizona picks up the victory there. Zaven Collins, the linebacker. Okay. MVP goes to Lamar Jackson, his second MVP. Coach of the year goes to Joe Judge. Ew, gross. Deuce Staley gets second, gets snubbed right there. Dak Prescott, Miles Sanders, offensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year, of course, goes to Josh Sweat. Offensive rookie goes to Quinn Ewers. We have ourselves defensive rookie goes to Sage Ryan. Anyone from Philadelphia? No one from Philadelphia. Best QB, Rattler gets fourth after missing 7 games. Running back goes to Sanders. He's in third. Zeke gets the winner. Devontae Smith, top wide receiver. Twiston Wirfs, best O-lineman. I mean, Brian O'Neill, went to high school with Brian O'Neill, which is pretty awesome to see. Linebacker, no Philadelphia Eagles really. Avonte gets top defensive back, which is awesome to see. Best kicker, of course, Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott is by far the best kicker in the league. Now taking a look through the AFC right now. We're just going to speed through these. Jeremiah Trotter. Wish we could have had him on the team. We just have nowhere to put him, unfortunately. I mean, same thing with like Marvin Harris Jr. We just have nowhere to put some of these guys coming out in these later drafts because we just have a stacked team. Now taking a look here at our team. How everyone ended up 1,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, 7 fumbles for Sanders. Not bad. Not great. You know, I wouldn't say 7 fumbles is great. But we have ourselves 3,000-yard receivers and then a 900-yard receiver right there, which I like that right there. 956 from Goddard, 1,083 from Jameis Williams. You know, it's nice. 12 sacks left from Mulata. I mean, Philadelphia has that unfortunate bit where Rattler likes to roll out to the left, and Mulata is unfortunately that side. So if someone disengages instantly, he just instantly gets, it's an instant sack right there on Mulata, and it's real unfortunate. Jake Elliott went 20 for 24, 75 for 77 on extra points. Kroger had 46 punts for 2,300 yards. And special teams do what they do best. Dak Prescott threw 5,300 yards, 44 touchdowns, and led the league in interceptions. Nice triple crown right there. Sanders led the league in yards, Elliott in touchdowns, Rattler in fumbles. I mean, Philadelphia's doing pretty good for themselves. Blocking wise, I mean, hey, at least we allowed 20-something sacks. Jack Driscoll allowed no sacks this season, which is great to see. I'm thinking definitely for something like maybe Madden 23 when we have offensive linemen, because you can't upgrade offensive linemen in they don't have breakout scenarios. You don't have you can't have an offensive lineman have a great season and then go from a star to a superstar or no dev to a star. That doesn't happen. I'm thinking maybe for Madden 23, if we have players that have 0 sack seasons, you'll bump them up to a star dev because clearly they're playing above their pay grade. Jack Driscoll had no sacks in 17 starts. Okay, he deserves a bump up. So that's something I might do coming into Madden 23. Take a look at who we have to sign. We have a lot of people to sign. I mean, a lot of depth guys too, like Luke Tenuto right here. Dude's a 6'9", nice monster. Dude's a monster. Kenny G, dude, he's a great backup running back. Good running back too to have. Chose him over Boston Scott. You got to keep Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott, who does not like that offer apparently. Okay, sorry, Jake the Snake. I mean, then we have all of our depth corners. We have Tay Gowan, depth D tackle Marlon Tupelotu. Just so many Milton Williams, just so many guys that are just depth players that you have to pick and choose. I mean, which ones we want. I mean, we have a lot of cap space, so I mean, we're gonna try and bring a lot of them back. Kerry Vincent Jr. signed until he's 30. Jabril Cox, we kind of move around from linebacker to safety. So I mean, do what he does best. I think who's available in free agency. I mean, I saw that one guy, Aaron Donald, looking real nice, paired up next to Fletcher Cox. I feel like Javon Hargrave's get up there in age, time to slow down a little. But I feel like if you put someone like an Aaron Donald next to Fletcher Cox, how just absolutely absurd that would be. And you also saw Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard in this game is by far the most underrated running back in this game. Just because the Panthers, since they have Christian McCaffrey, don't use Chuba Hubbard. And if we didn't have Miles Sanders, I would have definitely picked up Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard was just sitting on the practice squad, like year 2, year 1, sitting on the practice squad. And we're not offering Aaron Donald. We're offering the boat right now. 3 years, $64 million, $61 million technically. Elliott accepts our contract offer. You'll have to see him coming back. And Aaron Donald does not quite want that contract offer. I mean, he's gonna go for a 1-year deal. So because of that, we're gonna be trading for Christian Barmore, a first and a second, and Ellis Brooks to the Patriots for a second, a third, and Christian Barmore. Ellis Brooks, depth linebacker. Kind of doesn't really see the field that often, especially since he is behind Mike Rose. So, I mean, could come down to bite us later. But right now, I think it's the smart move to keep going at D-tackle. Keep that front 7 locked in. We do have Milton. We just did re-sign Milton and Marlin, the M&M boys. But I think we just have to keep having a premier front 7. We can't just have you can't have 6/7 of that be great and have one guy that can be picked on. If you could double team Fletcher Cox, you could solo Milton or solo Martin or Marlin. It kind of slows down and breaks the rhythm there that you can create by having just 4 absolute monsters on that D line between Thibodeau, Sweat, Milton, Cox, and not Milton or Marlin, but a Barmore or Hargrave the last couple of seasons. But Hargrave just slowly kind of phased out, it seemed like. He just kind of became a non-factor for the most part in a lot of games. It seemed like there was a lot of Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, Thibodeau. I feel like a lot of the interior guys started getting double-teamed more. Especially Fletcher Cox got the X factor. He'll get double-teamed by the guard in the center. But then I really didn't see Hargrave doing much, honestly. Which maybe it's just me not paying attention to the stat lines and seeing what, everyone has going for them. But I don't know. But all I know is right now at pick 29, going for a corner right now. You're trying to get some younger guys at corner. Also pick up a free safety, Eric Nelson. You're related to Steven Nelson. But we're going through the draft right now. Everyone we're picking up right here. Eric Hyder to replace, Ellis Brooks. Rashad Hunt, he's 6'5", right? 6'5", yeah, 6'5", 232 out of Auburn. Dude's like a tight end almost. So, I mean, picked up a bunch of depth players, really. That's kind of all we have to go for at this point. Just kind of replenish the depth. See how many of them even actually end up making the team, which is going to be the crazy part. How many of those guys that we draft are actually going to make the team? Because this team is more or less set. We brought in Barmore to replace... We'll try to bring in Aaron Donald, honestly, to replace Javon Hargrave. Because that would just be 20 sacks a game between, those four front 7 guys. And that's kind of been Philadelphia's MO since 2017. Just keep the front 7 good. And that's what we're doing right now. That's what we did. Keep the front 7 good. All we can do. Could have gone Brian Breeze earlier in the series. By the time we saw Javon Hargrave just kicking and rocking, it wasn't a smart move to bring in Brian Breeze. Unless we wanted to try and get a Javon Hargrave cap hit. But we could have. We could have done that. We're also going to trade Terry Berry, the backup tight end. Kind of free up some cap right there. Move Hunt to tight end. And, make Jack Stoll that number 2 tight end. Look at his defense. Look how stacked this defense is. Absolutely insane. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. Comment down below.